Hey guys, JV here, and I wanted to make this little update vlog video just to let you guys know where I'm at. And I want to apologize if I stumble over my words. It's been a little bit since I've been making content since I've had the flu. Someone pointed out in my latest news video that I look tired. Funny thing, the day after I got diagnosed with the flu. So I'm almost done with my medicine, almost back to normal. But bear with me here. So I wanted to give you guys a little recap of what's been going on over the past month with Level Up Gaming and all of that. Share some observations of kind of evaluating the content and how it's been doing, some conclusions I've reached in a big decision I've made. So, excuse me, let's get into it. I made a decision to rebrand my channel kind of back in December sometime, November, December, when I took my hiatus. I knew something was wrong with my content, and I talked about that ad nauseum, so I'm not going to go over that again. And I relaunched my channel under Level Up Gaming a month ago now, on January 2nd. And overall, I'm really proud about the way I did it. I launched it with a website, all the social media platforms, being constantly updated on those, at least 5 postings a day. I'm really proud of the brand itself, Level Up Gaming. The logo, even though I did it myself, I didn't want to spend another $500 on a logo for someone else to do that I wouldn't like. Even though it's really simplistic, I thought it did the job. And so, really proud about how, all that went down and the launch of it. I don't think I did much wrong there. It took me a bit to decide to do Level Up Gaming, but when I did decide to do it, I went through with it and I put my heart and soul into it. And it's been 30 days now, pretty much, since January 2nd. It's January 31st now. And I've uploaded 19 videos so far. I missed one day, and then I missed yesterday as well because I had the flu once again. So 2 days missed, 19 videos, 30 days. I didn't upload on the weekends. That was just kind of my plan and what I was doing. Overall, I'm proud of the content that I made, although I will say it leaned more towards news and away from tips and tricks like I had planned. I realized that January is slow for games, and obviously it'd be slow for tips and tricks for new games as well, since there aren't many new games out. So it did lean more towards news, especially with Overwatch. Didn't really follow through with the guides on Overwatch like I wanted to. But alas, here we are. So here's some observations that I've noticed after evaluating my channel after these 30 days. I had a little bit of a spike in viewership in week 1 when I came back compared to making no videos, which just makes sense. I think I owe a lot of that to the channel trailer, which has the most views of any new piece of content on my channel. And I've kind of broken down categories of videos by their average viewership just to kind of evaluate, okay, what worked and what didn't work. First off is the news show, which hovered around 4,000 views average per video. I made 3 of those videos, so those were fairly successful, a little bit above average for the new content. Mass Effect averaged almost 5,000 views per video over 3 videos. That really blew me away. I didn't think that would happen, but it did. It's the most successful piece of category of content on the new channel. So that's exciting. That's something I'm going to bring forward for sure. Playtest is a series I only made 2 videos for. I wanted to make more for that, but I had some other obstacles, and those only averaged just under 2,000 views per video. So definitely not the direction, or not I didn't find success there like I thought I would. Granted, I only made 2 videos for it, so excuse me. Yeah, that didn't work like I wanted it to. Overwatch, I made 7 videos for Overwatch, and those averaged 2,800 views per video. So definitely on the lower end for that. And then I kind of clumped everything else into an other category of around 5,000 views, a little bit under, over 4 videos, and that's really outweighed by the channel trailer, which is about 11,000 views. So anyways, if you look at all that together, the total amount of unique views since I kind of relaunched here with Level Up Gaming is 71,000 over 19 videos. Excuse me. So in the last 30 days, 71,000 views, new views. That doesn't count residual views I get from, all my other videos. And it's funny when you look at that number because I can compare that to a really good Fallout 4 video. A really good Fallout 4 video on its own, one video would get 71,000 views in 24 hours. And it's just funny to compare that. But yeah, viewership settled back down pretty much to where it was with no new content on my channel. When I was taking my hiatus, I guess that makes sense when the average viewership for all of these videos, all of them together, is around 3,500 to 4,000. So per video. So some additional observations. There's a lot of comments People saying, when did I sub to this channel? How dare you put your videos in my sub box? That's really funny. And also the bring back JVs, where has my JV gone? So anyways, just some observations there. Now let's jump to conclusions based on what I've been looking at. I think overall there's a reason YouTube channels don't rebrand a lot. I'm sure there are some outlying examples of it working and whatnot, but it's very hard, number one, I've noticed, and it requires a lot of patience, which is something I'm not super patient, I'm just not a super patient person. I think Level Up Gaming is ambitious, and it's something I could revisit in the future, but I think overall I kind of lost touch with me in this process. I think it was far too much in my head. As you guys know, I like to plan. That's just who I am. And I think I need to exercise more of winging it, just doing it, just making pieces of content that I like, not worrying about this or that, and kind of building more of my personality here on the channel. I think my big crisis this whole time is that I didn't have a gut instinct direction after Fallout 4. And instead of accepting that, I kind of panicked, right? And I was like, okay, I need to manufacture this direction, right? And I think it's okay to not always have that gut instinct direction. And overall, I think Level Up Gaming has been a learning lesson for me. I've learned a lot, and I'm going to carry a lot of what I've learned moving forward here. Man, that's terrible. Coughing on camera. Yeah, so things I've learned, great social media experience, staying up to date on that, and really interacting with people on social media is nothing I did before. I think I got some great experience from that, even though it was a smaller sample size. Making videos the day before and uploading them the following day is much less stressful for me. A lot easier of a strain on just my overall psyche and stress level. So I'm definitely going to be doing that from now on. But yeah, seeing what works and what doesn't work and adjusting accordingly is something that I'm absolutely going to be doing moving forward. And also the epiphany that kind of my enjoyment of content and creating content it's kind of not irreplaceably, but no matter what, it is tied to success in some form or fashion. I think we try to assign some pie in the sky optimism about it to ourselves as creators. I don't know who I'm speaking for, but I don't think that's going to change for me. And so it is going to be a process of trying things that I like, seeing if they work, and if they don't, kind of readjusting accordingly. But I think I really did try to manufacture that direction in a way that just didn't work. Plain and simple. So you may be wondering, what am I getting to? What's the point of this? Well, I am going back to Jv2017 gameplay. I'm going back to me. That's what this channel is going to be moving forward. I already changed the name and everything back again. And you may be wondering, why did you change in the first place, JV? I think I've explained that a lot already. I don't think that needs to be retreaded. You can look at 2 vlogs on my channel that total over 30 minutes of me talking to a camera and explaining what's going on. If you are of that mindset, just understand that the process was not simple. It wasn't an easy decision. Obviously, it was a risk. I took it, and it didn't work out. So what can you expect from me moving forward? Let's go ahead and talk about it. I've got several ideas that genuinely make me excited, and I hope you're excited for them. And you can let me know in the comments below. But excuse me. So right now in this moment, I really want to stream, and I want to stream on both Twitch and YouTube. I want to do a bit of juggling act here, and do some streams that'll be just on Twitch and both on YouTube and Twitch, and I'll kind of explain why. But what I'm kind of shooting for is still the 5 YouTube videos per week here on the channel and a consistent streaming schedule on top of that. So I don't know what that looks like yet. I'm going to work on that. I'm kind of thinking like 4-hour streams, and probably like 4 days a week, maybe 5 days a week, if I can manage that. I'm sure I can. This is my full-time job, so I'm sure I can figure that out. But in terms of content, I want to get back into some Let's Plays, actually, of newer games. I do miss that, and I want to dive into that. We kind of are, it's funny, I kind of have the luxury of being at ground zero, just because Level Up Gaming didn't work out. I am kind of not starting over, but you guys know what I mean. It's easier for me to say I want to stream now than it was when I started Level Up Gaming, because now I've made content and it has been at a certain level, if that makes sense. So yeah, I want to do some Let's Plays of newer games and some streamed playthroughs of games. And it's going to be kind of a interesting thing to figure out what belongs on which channel, like what belongs on YouTube and what belongs on Twitch, but I'll figure that out with you guys. I would say probably, though, multiplayer streams will stay on Twitch. I don't want to stream myself like playing Overwatch on YouTube. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But if I do stream myself playing Overwatch, for example, with friends, we all have mics on. That's kind of a fun thing. I can upload highlights to YouTube, so maybe that kind of content. I can tell you for sure that I have big plans for Mass Effect. Mass Effect Andromeda is something I've been expressing my excitement for throughout Level Up Gaming with the Journey to Andromeda series, which I'm going to update tomorrow. So I hope you guys are excited for that. But I think that my channel could be not on the same level like of success as Fallout, because I can't predict that. No one can predict that. But in terms of me caring about Mass Effect and covering Mass Effect, it could be on the level of Fallout. I don't want to promise that. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket this time around. And what I mean by that is the basket that I put all my eggs in was Fallout. I want to keep doing other things and incorporate that in. So I guess if I were to do, go full bore with Mass Effect, I'd put like 5 Mass Effect videos on the YouTube channel a week and 2 other types of games. Just try to keep some variety here, just so when Mass Effect is over, we don't find ourselves in the same situation. But in terms of February, I just want to give you guys kind of an outlook of what content might look like. So on YouTube and Twitch, these will kind of cross over, I guess you could say. You can expect some Mass Effect. Anything from the Mass Effect series, I want to play through 2 and 3 in some form or fashion on Twitch and YouTube. I don't know if I want to just do like 4-hour-long streams and have those as like Let's Play parts and just kind of hang out with you guys as I play through the trilogy and take my time. I've already played through 1, so that's not going to be involved. But that I want to do. I want to do Resident Evil 7. I played through Resident Evil 7, beat it, love it. I kind of want to do a Madhouse playthrough. I think that would be really fun to do on stream. So that's something I'm thinking about. Conan Exiles is in alpha right now, early access or something like that. And so I've gotten in touch with a developer and I've gotten a code for that. So I want to share that. For Honor, oh my God. I played the closed beta when I was sick over the weekend. So fun. I recorded some gameplay and I want to share that. Damn, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna make it through this video. Yeah, For Honor. Definitely going to share that on YouTube and Twitch in some form or fashion. In terms of just exclusively stuff on YouTube, Sniper Elite 4 is a game I can get a review code for, so I want to share that. Halo Wars 2, maybe like a playthrough of the campaign, maybe some tips and tricks. I've got a friend who's really into it, and so he could share some insight with me. I could practice and then share that insight with you guys. Horizon Zero Dawn is a big game coming out at the end of February. Can definitely do a playthrough of that, or any kind of tips and tricks. And then in terms of February on just Twitch, things I want to kind of keep off YouTube, probably Nioh, said that wrong. Nioh. That's kind of like the Japanese-looking Dark Souls-esque game that I did share on Level Up Gaming. I want to play that, but not be... I don't want to act like I'm good at it, if that makes sense. I don't want to share it on YouTube because I'm probably not going to be great at it. And then, like, Overwatch. Overwatch hasn't done super well on the channel, and I am kind of... I have an aversion to putting it on YouTube, so unless we're doing highlights... For now, that's probably the only thing you can expect on YouTube. But on Twitch, I may stream some late-night Overwatch competitive with friends, because that's what I tend to do right before I go to sleep. So I think the overall gist and vibe, hopefully you guys are getting this, is that I want to do some playthroughs, I want to do some streaming, I want to do some interactive stuff with you guys. And I want to do some tips and tricks here and there, but I don't want to kind of... manufacture this direction, if that makes sense, unless it's something I feel super inspired by, like making a ton of Mass Effect videos like I really want to do. I just want to be myself. I'm so impressed by my peers who do that, my friends here on YouTube. There's so many of them that are so good at just being themselves. People I've met, people I'm inspired by. I mean, I want to be inspired by people, but I want to do things my way, and I want to be myself. And I feel like that's something I got away from. So for those of you calling for this to be the year of 2017, I think we can say it's officially going to begin. This will be the year of 2017. I'm just going to make content that I want to make. And I know that sounds simple, but I haven't been doing it the past month, and we're going to get back to that. So I hope you guys are excited for that, and I want to thank you for your ridiculous support. Again, I'm sorry for coughing on camera and not really editing this video at all, but I just want to get my honest thoughts and all that stuff off my chest. So if you guys have any questions for me, fire away in the comment section below. I'll be looking at them, and I'm going to update my social media accounts to reflect all of this. I may or may not change my logo again. I mean, it's going to say JV no matter what, but I really don't like the one I got done. I don't want to call out the creator of it, but it just didn't work out the way I wanted to. And then, of course, I will update Patreon. If you were I don't want to say that, a patron on Patreon for Level Up Gaming, I canceled that, and I sent you guys a message. I'm going to be reactivating the Jv2017 Patreon, and then I'll roll that into a post-roll for all my videos and all that. So anyways, guys, yes, we're going back to Jv2017 gameplay and Jv2017, and I hope you all are excited. So yeah, expect more Mass Effect this week, some For Honor, my thoughts on that. Then hopefully we'll start streaming towards the end of the week. So hope you guys will enjoy, and I will talk to you very soon.